Hey guys, Bob here. So, I just came back from the movies. The mall movies, same thing. My Cinemark is attached to the our mall, so yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna try a new concept here with my reviews. I'm gonna start editing them more. Usually, what I do with my reviews is just set up the record feature on YouTube and just go from there. No script, no nothing, and no cuts. But now I'll be doing cuts. I'll be more visual stuff. Will be happening. So I went to see The Conjuring, the new James Wan horror thriller, and honestly, I wasn't expecting much going into this film, and that is a good thing. And I'll get to that later. I want to do this thing where I start talking about previews that are shown prior to the start of the movie I am watching. So first up was obviously Sidious Case 2, Sidious File Number 2. I don't even know what the hell it's called. It's Insidious something.
Nothing's gonna bother us. Not anymore. We have our son back. We are a family again.
Now, if you know me, you know I absolutely hated the first Insidious film. I thought it was very, very poorly done. I thought just about everything about the movie was very sloppy. The plot itself was so damn goofy, and the CGI, the spirits, and just, nothing worked in that movie. And yet, it was hailed as, one of the best paranormal horror films to come out in a while. So obviously, I went out, rented it. Very, very disappointed. My hopes weren't even that high, and I was just so damn disappointed. So, much to my disdain, a preview was announced. Not a preview, a sequel was announced, and I saw my my first glimpse of it today. Insidious 2, Insidious Case 2, Insidious File Number 2, something number 2. I don't quite understand it. Spoiler alert, the original Insidious ended with the husband of the family, the father, husband, I don't know how you want to call him, who has become possessed by that elderly spirit that we see throughout the film. And I believe he kills the paranormal psychic, that one older woman. And it looks like the sequel is not addressing that whatsoever. We see some creepy shit happen to the wife. Who I hate her in the damn in the series. She's fine in X-Men First Class, but in this one, she's like, she's like very exaggerated expressions when she encounters these paranormal entities. So yeah, that's one I will not be viewing. Maybe I'll rent it with one of my free Redbox codes I get through text sometimes. Maybe I'll end up, borrowing it from a friend who will inevitably buy it. Someone will buy this damn movie once it lands in the $5 bin at Walmart. That's the only preview that was interesting to me. I sat through the film and I read Blu-ray.com reviews on the Cowboys. I don't know why, but yeah, I did. So, anyways, let's get on to The Conjuring. Okay.
Right, it's 9:18. We're headed down into the cellar where the doors just opened on its own. Give us a sign that you want to communicate with us.
Nothing.
What are you guys?
Well, we've been called ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
There's someone here that would like to talk to you.
There's something horrible happening in my house.
So The Conjuring is about a family of 7. Father, mother. The father is played by that one dude from The League, the FX comedy about, whatever. And then it has the chick from The Haunting, that terrible 1999 remake that went toe to toe with Blair Witch Project at the box office way back in '99. And it also has and there's really no noticeable actresses for their the daughters. None of the kids stand out. Only 2 end up playing like a major role in this. And then we have the paranormal investigator duo played by the one dude from Insidious and that very, very attractive lady who plays Norma Bates in Bates Motel. The family of 5, family of 7, I don't know how many fucking people in this family, they end up moving to this secluded country home. It's heavily implied that they were forced to move due to financial problems, obviously, and crazy shit starts happening. I forgot to mention this film was set in the 70s. For whatever reason, the 70s is a very creepy time. Not as creepy as maybe post Civil War America, particularly the South. But anyways, creepy shit starts happening. We have one of the daughters who has been getting her leg pulled, during the night. The mother is waking up to bruises, and one of the kids starts sleepwalking to this little wardrobe. I was really hoping that the film would then transition to a sequel to Chronicles of Narnia, because the last one was terrible, but Prince Caspian was pretty good. Anyways, shit starts getting way out of hand. They end up getting desperate and contacting the paranormal duo, played by, I don't know what's been played by. And so after that, they have a little montage. They set up crap in the house. They end up catching crap. They then deduce. And they then decide that there's some demonic force in the house due to the very previous owner's satanic shit she did. It's not really well explained. All we know is that there's this lady who owned the property that this house was built on, and I guess this property was like massive, but obviously she ended up being a Satanist. She ended up killing her daughter and ended up killing herself in the process, while also cursing the property. And it's revealed that that a lot of people who have moved onto the property have either been drowned or they end up offing themselves or something like that. So they begin to get worried that this family will be the next victims. So finally they end up going to the house. They end up catching the demonic entity's presence, so that they can get a goddamn exorcism approved by the church, which I do like that about this movie. There's a lot of things that are very logical about the movie. At one point, the husband asks the investigators if they can, leave the house, to which they reply, "Oh no, that won't really help. The entity will only follow you." They have to go through this long process of capturing, concrete evidence, so that the local church can perform an exorcism. Little things like that I appreciated. That are often overlooked by most films. The Exorcist, for example, they never have to go through this damn process yet, and exorcism approved. Anyways, I'm going off track. So basically, once the paranormal duo and their team, which is I'm kidding, comprised of a local cop. And someone sent me a text, Ethan. Oh, sorry. And some Asian college kid, I guess. yeah, once they come, the entity starts, acting out full force because these bastards have to have, full attention. Sorry. Um, and the movie culminates with the mother being possessed by the demon. And yeah, that's basically the movie in a nutshell for you. So let's get this over with. I hated this movie. I hated this movie to death. This is not the worst movie I've seen. It is still better than Insidious, just not by much. This film. Okay, let's start off with different sections. In a I'm an aspiring filmmaker, so I tend to notice a lot of technical aspects of a film. The direction, the photography, sound, shit like that. And so yeah, let's go on about stuff. A lot of stuff that really pissed me off about this film. First of all, James Wan's direction. James Wan has done 2 films I've liked, and that's really all. He did the very underrated Death Sentence, I believe it's called, with Kevin Bacon. Good revenge film. Some things kind of pissed me off about that film, but it's a decent time waster. I would, gladly buy it on DVD, not Blu-ray, but DVD. As long as I'm paying like more than $5 for them. And then he did the original Saw, and that was a good movie. Not a lot of people realize that the first Saw was more of a suspense film rather than the blood and guts soaked sequels that followed. And ever since then, James Wan has gone to shit. He's kind of like Rob Zombie in that, where Rob Zombie did 2 good movies, Devil's Rejects and the Halloween remake, and then everything else around that is just not good. James Wan's direction in this film just pisses me off. He tries very hard to be very to be artsy. There are shots where it's like, okay, so like one scene where one of the daughters, she looks under the bed, right? So obviously the camera follows her, like contortionist thing where it like follows her, and then there's like another shot where one of the characters, they are walking down the hallway, and then the camera feels the damn need to go up and like do like a bird's eye view shot, and then transition into just a regular medium shot. And that pissed me off. In the beginning, there's like this really annoying zoom he does, which would be fine if the rest of the film did this. A good example was House of the Devil. That was a great film. That had a lot of zoom shots in, but James Wan just felt the need to throw in like this really random ass shot. And that'd be fine if these weren't thrown out randomly. It feels like he never really planned out any of his shots. A lot of the movie is very static, right? And obviously, sometimes, we get character tracking shots. But then out of nowhere, these goddamn, like, weird contortionist moves come out of here, and they're very jarring, If you're gonna stick to a style, please stick to it. Stop, throwing in random shit just for the sake of it. It's not the worst direction I've ever seen. I'm glad he's not one of those, place a camera right here, or nowadays stand right here with your camera and don't move at all. And but still, it's trying way too hard for me. And then we have the editing was not a problem. Sometimes editing bugs the hell out of me. But this film, while I felt certain shots could have lingered a little bit longer, I wasn't the director, so I can't really nitpick right there. If it was me directing the film, I would have more lingering shots, kind of like House of the Devil. But other than those nitpicks, the editing was just fine. But then we get to the music, and the music is just atrocious. Sometimes this movie creates a really good mood, where it's very silent, but like we either hear or see shit, and it's like, oh, that's kind of scary. But then the movie has to remind us that it's scary by putting this annoying, screechy, horror music that is so stereotypical. I honestly think he just, got outtakes from Insidious and placed it in the movie, and there we go. The music bugs the hell out of me. There is no good music in this film. The movie has one good track, and that's from the fantastic band Dead Man's Bones. Other than that, the music is terrible. My problem with the music is it's both too stereotypical, and like I said, it feels like it's just reminding me that there's something scary happening, and I really hate that crap, so much. The script itself was some of it was just very cheesy, especially some conversations between the two investigators. God brought us together. God gave us a mission, and it's like, yeah, okay, maybe God did, but I don't know. Maybe it's just freaking atheist in me coming out. But yeah, that kind of bugged me. There were certain scenes where where there's one part between the wife and Norma Bates where they discuss this picture and how the mother depicts like the day where she just wanted to start over, and it's just that's just very cheesy to me. I don't know why that bugs the hell out of me. Some of the dialogue was bad. A lot of the humor just fall completely flat. However, the acting was fine. The four main protagonists, they did a good job. The mother, father, and the two investigators. The daughters, they don't have much to do in the first place, so it's just fine. And the cop and the Asian kid, I didn't really like him. The cop, was like one of those, I don't fucking believe in paranormal activity. Oh shit, something happened. I'm scared now. I'm a fucking believer. One of those characters. Whereas the Asian kid has nothing to do other than to help him out. He has no character development whatsoever, and I feel like the Asian kid is like one of those kids I could hang out with, like, no problem. But yeah, not this one. Not this one. One James Wan signature with his films, with his paranormal films, is that he tends to show off the entity, the embodiment of the entity, and it looks god awful. And this is no different. One of the main demons, whoever, in this film is like this lady who hung herself and killed her kid, and then somewhere down the road there was like a maid, and then later on there was like a sister who, I kid you not, looks like fucking Uncle Fester, who killed her little brother or son, or I don't even know who the hell. And we constantly see them throughout the film, and this just looks so terrible. It's like, it bugs the hell out of me. Their makeup, the makeup is bad enough. Like I already said, the sister lady looks like fucking Uncle Fester. The little boy looks no different. The freaking boy in Insidious, and the lady who killed herself after she killed her baby. This just looks ridiculous. And the CGI in this film was so bad. I really need to see the budget for this film, because the freaking T-1000 and the second Terminator film looks leagues above the goddamn effects in this film. So, once you mix all these things into a paranormal thriller, all you get is something that is completely void of originality, something that's just very boring to watch. I was very bored during this film. I'm bored when I'm checking the time to see when the damn movie will end. Yeah, it's just, this movie is boring. It's not scary. While I am a horror fan, films can still scare me. The original Exorcist, Blair Witch Project, those films don't scare the crap out of me. Even though I've seen them, countless times, they still get me. And this film did not get me at all. Casual audiences, go out, spend your $8. You might enjoy this film. As for horror films, as for people who want to have a who want to watch a good, worthwhile horror film, you are better off renting to your Redbox and renting the Evil Dead remake. If I had to give this movie a letter grade, I would give it a D. It's not nearly as bad as Insidious or The Right or fucking the what was it called? What the hell was it called? The I don't. I can't remember what that was called. The Last Exorcism 2. That was god awful. But it's certainly not even mediocre. Films like The Innkeepers. That wasn't a bad film, but wasn't good either. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever the hell whatever the hell you do, and see you later.